Now, I'm a big fan of Madeline Hale's books, particularly Table Fables, with its wonderful random stuff to do with characters, items, areas, and miscellaneous. So there's all sorts of wonderful things you can create with the roll of a dice, and they're all a little bit quirky. A draping blood-red coat that prevents the wearer from being noticed by undead. All sorts of wonderful things. And Table Fables 2, the World Builder's Handbook, which features more involved stuff like adventures, wilderness and travel, ships, islands, ocean travel, NPCs and enemies, items, dungeons, buildings, towns and cities, worlds and kingdoms, religion. And so I thought, do I really need another Madeline Hale book? Of course I do. And I decided to get it when I saw the size of it. It's absolutely huge compared to these, lovely little things. This is just an epic tome. About, over 400 pages. And Arcane Artifacts and Curious Curios. This is just a huge wealth of amazing stuff. All sorts of crazy items. So you have jewellery, clothing, armour, weapons, books, journals and scrolls, potion, food and drink, tools, equipment and household objects, containers, trinkets and knickknacks, miscellaneous. And it is designed to be, you can, if you want, come up with an entirely random thing, because there are 10 chapters. So you roll chapter 10, and then each chapter will have a D100 within it. So chapter 10, 99. This could go wrong. Okay, chapter 10, 373. Okay, and your D100, so we've got a 99, so 999. What have we found? A clap lamp, a seemingly simple oil lamp with a colourful glass shade. The user must simply clap twice to light or extinguish this lamp. These lamps are exceptionally popular among the aged lords and ladies who dislike getting out of the warm safety of bed to extinguish candles before bed. So there we go, an entirely random one there, but it is full of wonderful stuff. Now I've picked out a few little favourites of mine. 149. Sentient hammer, Clarence, a heavy carpenter's mallet made from steel with gold inlay. A holy rune is etched into the side of the hammer. This hammer is sentient, possessed by a holy spirit named Clarence. He is a smart soul with a dry sense of humour, who will offer frank clerical advice when asked. Any evil spirit struck by this hammer has a chance of being exorcised and banished back to their native plane. This hammer was the steadfast companion of Genevieve Ingvar, a paladin on a quest to spread the word of her god to the darkest corners of the world. After her quest was over, she returned to Clarence to the temple and retired to a quiet life in the countryside. So it gives you plenty of little bits of flavour to go along with the item itself. Now the Deceiving Deed, that's another one of my favourites. The deed to a house stamped with official wax seals and stained with age. When the user nails this deed to a wall, it quickly and magically morphs into a wooden door, much resembling the front door to a house. Inside the door, regardless of what is behind the wall, is a lovely and modest 3-bedroom home, complete with kitchen and fireplace, washroom and windows looking out into an idyllic countryside. When the paper is peeled from the wall, the door fades away. No one is exactly sure how this magical deed came to be. Many adventurers have dedicated their lives to finding the physical location of this strange house to no avail. And we could also check as a final option. This is quite... It's a little bit sad, this one. A Friend for Sarah, a small children's book with the image of a young boy painted on the front. After reading the simple incantation inscribed in the book, a ghostly child appears beside the reader. He claims his name is Samson, and he was intended to be a playmate for a young noble girl who has long since grown. He is young but excited to be summoned and ready to learn. The ghostly boy remains visible for 1 hour before fading back into the book. This book was written for a young noble girl named Sarah, who was shy and sickly and had a difficult time making friends. After Sarah grew, Samson fell into the hands of a group of thieves who would send Samson through small windows to open locked doors from the inside. A little bit of a sad one there, but an absolutely wonderful collection of all sorts of these brilliant little items with loads of little history bits and what it does, its description, and lots of little pictures as well to go with it. There's even a rather wonderful little Easter egg to do with a cup of tea, which I won't spoil. But I really wish that Madeline Hale would write a rule set, either OSR or a rules-light little thing with her wonderful imagination and sense of humour. That would be an absolute joy. And if it was in this sort of design and format as well, I would absolutely love that. This was Arcane Artifacts and Curious Curios, a handy little book for finding all sorts of wonderful magical items, and each including their history and what it does.